Ladies and gentlemen, here's a battle against a fellow cast member from Little Shop of Horrors. As his game name implies, he's playing Seymour, while I'm Orin, the evil dentist, so there's an antagonistic nature right there. But it's like Deadpool, his real name is Francis. What's my name? Francis! So he starts off with an Ice Beam to try to do some damage to my Ferrothorn, but I set out some Leech Seeds so I can live forever, and I will. I recover the tiny little bit of damage he inflicted from Ice Beam, like it was no prob, and he hits me with a not very effective Surf, allowing me to set up Stealth Rocks. I get some more HP back from Leech Seed, and heal. Well, yeah, that's what I just said. Anyway, okay, so he decides to switch out Empoleon, and brings out Togekiss, so I know to expect an Aura Sphere in a second. But I keep setting up entry hazards onto Spikes now. And I actually don't get the Aura Sphere. He goes for the Steel Wing instead. And it inflicts lots of damage because of the contact. So I decide to set up Leech Seed once again, just to get as much HP as I possibly can. And that's exactly what happens. So now it actually does use Aura Sphere, as I was expecting before. And I use Spikes. Again. And he goes for yet another Aura Sphere. And I put out my final layer of Spikes, so I have all of the entry hazards I can possibly put up. So it's going to be a bad time for any of Francis's Pokemon that switch in. He hits me with an Aura Sphere. And I go ahead and ensure his demise with a Power Whip. Next comes in Infernape, and there's nothing more I need from Ferrothorn. But first, Infernape takes a hell of a lot of entry hazard damage. So I just leave Ferrothorn in, take the Flare Blitz, because, yeah, I don't need it for anything else. And so I get knocked out, but not before inflicting a ton of recoil damage on Infernape. Look at that. That's just from entry hazards and one move of recoil. So now I bring in Tickle Balls, and he's going to try to use Focus Punch. But that's not going to work, because I went right for the Psyshock. And of course that's going to take it out. Next he brings out Altaria, and he's new to Gen 6, so I'm thinking he might not remember about how dragons and fairies match up. And I was correct, so I took that opportunity to set up a Calm Mind. So now it goes for the Sky Attack, but it takes a whole turn to charge up, so that's going to give me an extra turn of Hyper Voice. And I managed to kill it before it can do any damage to me at all. Now he's going to bring in Lucario. Takes a ton of entry hazard damage, and then goes for the Aura Sphere. But I'll also resist that, not to mention my special defense boost. And I go for the neutral Hyper Voice, and that takes it right down with a critical hit. I heal some more leftover damage. And now he brings out the other Sinnoh starter, a shiny Torterra. Takes a ton of entry hazard damage like the others, and I'm going to slam it with a Hyper Voice. And Torterra faints. Now back out comes Empoleon from before, and it's going to take lots of entry hazard damage. I love having max amount of spikes. It's going to hit me with a Hydro Pump, and that's not going to do too much at all. Nice. So I'm going to blast it with a Shadow Ball. And it's down for the count, and that is the match.